We don't think about if you're okay with drawing, you can take a stab at drawing. If you're okay with coloring, you can just color. It's just about picking colors, drawing patterns. You slow and steady, you stop uh, judging on, am I picking the right color? Am I
Mm,
drawing the right pattern?
yeah.
It takes a little bit of time, but again, once that pressure is off your shoulders, that this is a space where your creativity could flow.
Welcome, welcome, everybody. I am super excited to welcome my special friend, Seema Chandane, with us today. Welcome, Seema, to the show.
Thank you for having me, and I'm very excited to be here.
I can't wait for everyone to get to know you. So tell us a little bit about you, what you do, and I know you're going to be doing something very special for a platform that I'm starting soon. But let's get into a little bit about the work that you've been doing all these years.
Sure. So, love to share a little bit about myself as well as the work I'm pursuing in the Mandala Meditation program. So, by profession, I practice architecture, but my soul always finds its expression in art, performing arts, visual arts. I run a small dance school as well. So, love the performing arts aspect of it. And in visual arts, I've always been painting, and more recently, the Mandala Mindful Meditation also has taken me into art, but added another layer to it, which is mindfulness.
I love it.
Um, so art again has been in my life since childhood,
Mm.
and it has always been more than a hobby. Knowingly or unknowingly, I have used it as a calming and grounding, therapeutic form to enhance my life. Again, I was a child when I didn't even know I was practicing that, and I'll share
Mm.
a small story later. But yeah, so art was always more than a hobby for me. And more recently with mandalas, I stumbled upon them during COVID when we were venturing into all these uncertain times. It helped me ground myself and my family, and use my passion for my art to get into more meditative aspect of mandalas.
Mm. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was just I do at that was the point I really felt that this could be a tool, not just for myself, but I could open it up to people.
Mm.
And that's when I really thought about creating this Mandala Mindful practice. In these sessions, when I guide people again, so what we do is I try to bring them a state of flow by
Mm.
a simple act of drawing repetitive patterns or just even coloring the mandalas. Now, what this does is in this overstimulated world again, it helps you slow down,
Mm.
right? It helps you ground. And I think slowing down and grounding is the most profound gift you can give yourself in today's
Mm.
stimulated world.
Wow. That's amazing.
So,
So let's talk a little bit about what um mandala art making is for people who have never done it, right? And before we do that, I just want to say I am super excited that you will be offering this to our aligned members, the membership program that I'm starting. You'll be one of the 7 facilitators that are joining from the beginning. And I can't wait for people to have that time once a week to come be with you, experience this magic. So, for those that have never heard of mandala, what is it?
sure. So mandalas, if you go up on the internet, just type in the word mandala in Google search, you will find a ton of material on how mandalas were used for meditative purposes in different cultures, Buddhism, Hinduism, right? How our chakras are concentric patterns, again, very similar to mandalas, how the yantras, these terms might sound difficult to understand right now, but why I'm uttering these is because there's vast knowledge that is available on the internet. But over here, I would like to focus more upon what these mandalas, on bringing these mandalas into our day-to-day life, how that is going to really help us in mindful practices. So again, feel free to learn a little bit more on the internet, but I will try to focus here more on the drawing part of mandalas and the coloring of mandalas. So mandalas are nothing but you start from a center, and there are concentric circles that grow. And you start from the center, and you either color a mandala or you draw a mandala, whatever feels right for you that day in that moment, right? So you would try to draw patterns, right? Which are very, very repetitive. And what that does is it kinds of slows your nervous system down. Of course, once you stop that critic, which is telling you, hey, is this symmetrical? Hey, is the color right? Or whatever. But again, we will go through that. We'll learn the process where you stop to judge yourself and let you play, let you flow,
So
right?
essentially, you're saying mandala is like a drawing or a coloring that you will do on like a sheet of paper, and there's concentric circles or some sort of geometric pattern, right? So we are going to have sessions where people will come in and draw with you or color with you,
Yes,
right?
and these
Okay.
these will be very structured, Chitra.
Mm-hmm.
So again, when we do our mandalas, either drawing or coloring, we will use them more of mindful for mindful purposes, and that's the reason we will have intention setting, which is called a sankalpa.
Okay.
And this intention setting could be, every month would be on different aspects of your life. Like I call them four quadrants. So it would be self-love, it would be health, it would be career, right? It could be financial. And again, that self-love could again be broken down into practice of gratitude, um, letting go. So
Mm.
we'll
So you're
start
going to have
each
a
month.
theme. There will be a
Yes.
theme with every session. I love that.
Yeah.
So, I know a lot of people listening to this idea of coloring or drawing patterns on a piece of paper and having them look gorgeous and pretty. Before they even start, they might be thinking, I'm not creative. I can't do this. Do you get that a lot when you do your sessions?
All the time. All the
Yeah.
time. Yes.
So what do you say to them?
Like, like I mentioned to you, this is the first thing that I have to break the barriers of
Right.
from. I'm not creative. I'm not an artist. Why should I be drawing mandalas? And how can they calm them?
Yeah,
Calm me.
it would stress me out, maybe.
Right, right.
Right.
So, I wouldn't judge them. I wouldn't blame them, saying that I'm not an artist, I'm not creative, because in today's world, I think creativity is so much more. It's measured in perfection.
Mm,
You have a perfect post on Instagram. You have a perfect outcome for whatever project you're doing.
mm,
So today, creativity equals to perfection. Here, we are breaking that. We are completely trying to break that norm. Here, creativity is playfulness. Here, it's about the flow. As a child, Chitra, how many times before you picked up a crayon, did you ask yourself, am I creative? And then start coloring? No,
nope. No.
right?
Yeah.
That's the space I want to tap into.
Oh, that sounds
Um,
that sounds like such a sigh of relief. Just thinking about a space like that, having a space
yeah.
that is not telling you, okay, color inside the lines, make sure you're fitting your drawing into this, make sure you're doing that. And you're saying there's no judgment. There's no judgment.
Yeah,
Like that
there's
itself is
no
such a
judgment.
relief. Like I feel relaxed already from the moment you said that. So I can't imagine being in that space with you and experiencing that. I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Yep. Yep. And then this is the there's no pressure, there's no rules, there's no pressure of the outcome. It does not
Mm.
have to look pretty. But let me tell you, the secret is it always looks pretty. It
I
does.
love that.
It does. You'll see and feel it for yourself.
Yeah.
But again, it's just a, a very, very initially, I think the first few sessions, that's the reason when I start my sessions, we start really simple.
Mhm.
We don't think about, if you're okay with drawing, you can take a stab at drawing. If you're okay with coloring, you can just color. It's just about picking colors, drawing patterns. You slow and steady, you stop judging on, am I picking the right color? Am I
Mm,
drawing the right pattern?
yeah.
It takes a little bit of time, but again, once that pressure is off your shoulders, that this is a space where your creativity could flow,
Yeah.
you can color outside the lines totally,
Yeah.
totally.
And I
And
think
so,
we're living in a society that rewards outcome and not effort, right?
correct.
So you're kind of bringing the focus back on let's reward the process and not worry about
Right,
the outcome, right?
right. Yep.
So let's talk about how meditation and this practice of drawing or coloring mandalas happens, because how do you connect? What role does meditation have to play in this?
Sure. So what I think is, when you sit with your mandalas, I think the moment that noise of the outside world fades is when calmness and meditation kicks in.
Mm,
Most of us don't realize that when we are living in this overstimulated world again, we are always scrolling, judging, reacting constantly, and your mind is almost like a browser with 100 tabs open.
yeah,
It does not know.
guilty.
Me
Been there,
too.
done that.
Me too. And that is the
Yeah,
reason I always keep scribbling. I always keep scribbling.
I
So
love
if you
it.
can please,
So for
right?
anyone that's watching on YouTube, you can see Seema's holding up some of the mandalas that she
Yeah.
makes.
Yep.
Love it.
Well, again, so your mind doesn't
Yeah.
know when to quiet itself down. So when you sit with a mandala, especially like after setting an intention, like I told you, something begins to shift.
Mm,
Your mind will still resist, thinking that, am I drawing symmetrical? Are my patterns symmetrical? Is this good enough? Am I choosing the right colors? Absolutely. You're going to think that, but slow and steady, that rhythm of the repeating patterns
mhm.
and the simple act of just filling the space with colors is going to soothe your nervous system down. Your breath is going to fall into sync along with that. And slow and steady, you'll cross that threshold of time, and
Wow.
the time will seem like it's dissolving, and you won't know where that 40 minutes passed away. You'll be still silent in that flow mode, and it's a beautiful state, and I'm so expressive about it because I know I feel it, and
Yeah.
I can literally spend hours just sitting there and
Mm.
exploring this
Oh,
art. Yeah.
so good. So good. It's kind of making me think about this. I do this workshop called the No Meditation Guide to Finding Your Zen. And I
Mhm.
help people focus a lot on the meditative practice instead of
Okay.
being in a deep meditation. Let's find
Okay.
something that makes you flow, that makes you forget about everything else, right? And that is what gets you in a meditative state. And it sounds like that's what we're achieving with the mandala art meditation class that you will teach. Now, when you
Definitely.
teach this class, are you also guiding people along the way? Are they just drawing and you're observing? What's going on if you were to describe the session to us?
Sure. So the session will be structured. I will be guiding them throughout the 45 minutes. There will be some times when I will be silent and letting them be with their mandalas,
Mm-hmm.
but we will start with intention setting, right? Again, like I told you, mandalas usually start from the center and go outwards. So it is all about that center. When we set that intention, we'll see that intention, that is what is going to ground ourselves, that is what is going to, so we'll have affirmations that go along with that intention. I will do a small meditation because I think it is extremely important to come into a calm space of mind before we get into the actual act of mandala drawing. You might be coming back from work, and you might be dropping your kids off somewhere, and we all come from different aspects of life. So we will definitely have a small 2 to 3 minute meditation which will kind of ground yourself. I will be providing a list of supplies which you should keep on hand, and we'll create an atmosphere when we sit down with our mandalas, get into the intention setting, the meditation, the affirmations, and then I'm probably going to draw with you while guiding you, only to the extent that I need to, because I don't want to get into that calm space that you will
Mm,
be creating for yourself when we are working with these mandalas. At the end of the class, again, we will look back at our mandalas, we'll reflect upon that intention. We will try to explore uh, what came through to you, because during this process, it might sound superficial now, but a lot will open up in that
mm, I love it.
quiet space that you will be creating for yourself.
Yeah,
Magic happens there. So we will definitely go ahead, we'll reflect back, we'll meditate on the mandalas that now you have colored or drawn, and then we can share what did we draw upon and what
mm,
did we share. Like, I just want it to be a little more interactive in the end. If people can let me know what they gained out of the session, what came through, how they felt, and this is also going to help the group bond together. So I think that's how the session would usually look like.
beautiful. And I think we're also going to be providing them printable sheets that they can print from their home and
Yeah.
be ready with that as well.
Yeah. Yes.
So I love that. Okay, beautiful. Now, do you find that there's like some surprising things that come up with this simple act of creating with our hands, like that can help us solve problems that we're going through, or when people feel stuck, does it help? Do you think there's something that releases in that process? Like, what are some of the benefits you've heard of from your participants, what they see?
Absolutely. So again, in mandala making, we are engaging our biggest tools here, right? The hands. I think we still use hands for typing and using our technology in a day-to-day aspect. But there's a powerful connection when you use your hands in a creative way.
Mm,
Every mandala begins with a center, right? And like I told you, sometimes when you are functioning from the outside circles of, uh, say that the mandala is concentric circles, and you're just trying to function from the outside of the circles, and in this chaos and unbalanced life, uh, you are going to find a grounding. So when you start working with your hands, it's the most creative process, I think, that starts uh, as soon as you put your senses to work with your hands,
mm,
right?
mm.
And how do I say this? Shifting when you're letting your body and breath take over with your hands, it's kind of calming, a quiet space. It naturally declutters, and that's when you can find the most deep answers, because here you are with your body, your use of the body, your breath, your hands, everything will really declutter your mind, because it'll tell your mind what to stop, not to overthink, and your body will kind of take over. So
So there's like a
that's
mind body connection that's happening here, right? As you're using your
right.
hands, sounds like the mind and body are being connected in a calm way, not in a stressful way.
Successful
Because
manner.
a lot of times, like I think of like when you're about to get on a plane and you're terrified of flying, your body's responding to that, right? Sometimes even the thought of going on that plane, as soon as you book the tickets, it's like, oh my God, I have to go on a plane and I'm terrified and I'm not a good flyer and I feel nervous. And your body starts to react, right? And so
Right.
now here we're actually creating a space, it sounds like, where you're helping them create a positive body and mind connection,
Yes. Also,
right?
also it's about slowing that mind down and letting your
Mm,
body kind of guide you into
mm,
into that space, saying that, hey, mind, don't think harder, you know.
let's
Uh,
just flow.
yeah, let's just flow, stop thinking, and let's create a space ourselves in a slower pace, where you are just moving with the creativity and
Yeah.
not your mind overpowering or over focusing. So connecting it to your body, to your hands, is just an amazing feeling that
Yeah.
that this practice can give you.
And it sounds like that calm then carries forward into their rest of their day or things like that. Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So like I told you, because you learn to pause and find your centers in your mandala, our life is nothing but we have a center, right, in our life. And as soon as we lose our center, we find ourselves like, cluttered all over. That's where anxiety and stress and everything kind of kicks in. But so Mandala kind of, if you use this practice from the paper, we wanted so this is where I'm going to come into picture, where I will teach you how to translate that practice from the paper into your day-to-day life, right? And feel that whenever you are losing that center, you can find that center back just like you found it on the paper.
Mm. So there is actual deeper meaning to that centering on a piece of paper and then from there going out. So I love that. And I've never thought of it like that. And next time I'm coloring in my coloring book, I'll be thinking of that. Um, it's so powerful. And it sounds like this is something that is just a natural extension of us when we're kind of in that moment, just coloring or drawing on that paper and flowing with the paper back and forth. It's almost like a dance, right? It's like you're doing this
Yeah.
dance with the paper. And as a dance teacher, I'm sure that you can relate to that. So what is so who do you think this is for? I mean, I know we'll have all kinds of people in a line who'll be showing up for these sessions. Do you think that you have to, I know we said you don't have to be artistic, but is there a prerequisite, something that will help them, be better at it or not?
So I just want everybody and anybody to join in these sessions, it just with an open mind. I would
Mm.
not, again, being an artist, not being an artist, being creative, just put that all to a side. Just put all that judgment to the side and please, like, just come with an open mind. Any age, any professional does not know how to draw a straight line. Do not get don't
No
get scared.
judgments, no
No judgment.
prejudgments, no, yeah.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Um, it's just about staying in that flow. I'm very sure that you will definitely enjoy the
Yeah.
process. If you're not an artist, you might become one.
You never know, right? It might
You
spark a
never
whole
know.
new
Absolutely.
avenue.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. Well, I'm so glad that you're doing this, honestly. Excuse me. And I think it's so necessary for us to have different ways to slow down, different ways to reconnect with ourselves. And that's kind of the mission of Align, is to invite people in to do things that will help them clear out some of that clutter, that chaos, that confusion, and give them a sense of calm and quiet and just peace overall. So that when
Right.
we go back out into the world, we can integrate some of this calm that we received here every week into our daily lives, into our stressful part of our lives. And the more calmer people there are out there, the better it is, right? For all of us.
Better the world is, yes.
Yeah. So if everyone's driving on the road with no road rage, I mean, that's a beautiful day, right? For all of us. So we're
100%.
we're hopefully impacting the collective. So I'm really grateful that you have said yes to doing this for us. And I know that it's going to be magical. I know that people who never thought of themselves as creative will start to see their creative side and of course take advantage of the benefits of this whole practice, the centering, the grounding, the calm energy that they take forward, the creativity that starts to flow. I've
Right.
noticed that when I'm around creative people or doing creative things, I find creative solutions to my problems too. Something about that energy, the creative energy, right? It
Yes,
helps you.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So again, like I said, those little pockets, sometimes I even say that I would love to do this in our first class. And I think if people are who are seeing this podcast, this is what we are trying to find, right? If you draw a circle, a big circle, and then you start filling that big circle with different sizes of circles again. These are your like priorities, right? Oh, I have to get a promotion at work, big circle, right? I have to drop my kids off to soccer practice, a small circle, but these are like your priorities. So now you're filling up
Mm.
that big circle with smaller circles. But then what we are trying to do is we are trying to go and color in between those circles now,
Mm,
right? With pen and try to find those spaces in your life,
wow.
because I think that's where uh, your calm, your focus should lie. Because and somehow you'll see that how that coloring of the intermediate spaces will connect all those circles together, and
Wow.
it looks pretty. That's the pretty picture of life we want to paint.
Wow.
So I'll try to do this exercise
Mm,
maybe in our orientation or in one of our classes. But again, this won't be the concentric circles, but this is one way that I have found. What are we really trying to find? We are trying to find these in between spaces in our life,
mm,
which brings everything together. And
right.
focusing on the priorities is a good thing. Though that's your to-do list, the tasks, the
Mm-hmm.
career goals, the health goals, whatever. But then what brings it all together is what you do with those in between spaces when you
Yeah.
breathe into them. Um, and when you create that space for yourself. And you can, first of all, you will get to see that there is space around
Mm,
those things,
yes. I love
right?
that. That's such a beautiful picture you just painted for us. I can totally visualize like the big circle of life. Then we have the little circles of different sizes with different priorities. And then
Right,
yet there is that space that we don't even think, right? I think that's a
right.
beautiful exercise. I can't wait to be a part of that. Maybe we
Absolutely.
can demo that on our open house that's coming up as well. And that would be amazing. So I am so glad. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for saying yes to this. You are obviously very talented with your architecture hat, your dance hat, and your mandala making hat. And I am really, really pumped up to see myself in this class, coloring, drawing, creating space, creating calm, creating that centering feeling. So
I'm
thank you
so
so much.
excited, Chitra. I can't wait to be a part of Align,
Yeah,
and I can't wait to experience all the other facilitators who are bringing these awesome, classes to us. And at the same time, I'm just so happy that I will also be able to offer this joy of mandala making that I can feel for myself. I can extend it to people, and everyone can be a part of it, and we can do it together. When the energy comes together, it becomes better and
yes,
prettier. So
absolutely. I do
I'm
believe in the
looking prettier
collective.
because it's the mandala, but yeah,
Yeah. We'll be
again,
making our own mandala, right? With the people in the class. I love that. I love that.
yeah,
Beautiful. Collective energy is a powerful thing. I know that when people, like-minded people, come together to do beautiful things, all of us lift our energy collectively, and we can make such a better impact on the world. So thank you once again for saying yes. Tell me, is there a place that people can find you, website, anything that you want to share with
I
us?
do have an Instagram page. You can find
Beautiful.
me at Nirmiti Arts, and we can link that page.
Yes.
I'm on Instagram and on Facebook. And you can not just find my mandalas over there, but also some of my projects in painting and art, what I do on the side whenever I get time. But
Beautiful.
again, I think this is a great passion I was trying to bring about, and Align gives me that opportunity. So I'm really, really excited to explore it. Congratulations to you for bringing this program together, where we, the facilitators, also have a chance to provide these services, as well as this is such a wonderful opportunity for
Thank you.
people to um, not just like you said, not just go to the gym and work out, but get a mind gym as well, and
Yes.
work towards your mindset goals, because I
Yeah.
think it's going to be a need of the time.
Yeah. Thank you. I feel that. I feel that. And I think that the idea was born out of this need that people have to connect. And so we're all looking for community, and we all need a place where we feel like we belong, where we are encouraged and empowered and nourished, and so I'm excited. I can't wait for everyone to experience this. So definitely check it out. If you're listening to this, go to fitwarriorlife.com/align lab, and all the information is there. I will post everything in the show notes. So check it out. Seema, thank you again for being here. Thank you for sharing your passion with us. I can see the energy shifting already with the way you talk about it. So I can't wait to see it in practicality. Can you do me a favor and just hold up the mandala sheets that you had? So if anyone wants to get an idea what they look like, they can
So
take a look.
these are something literally that I scribbled. Like I said, there is always a sketch pad in my nightstand, and I usually unwind after a long day of work doing these. So these are very, very rough that I do. This one has a little pattern that is
Beautiful.
already there for me to guide. So
Yeah,
I
it does
just have.
not look rough or anything to me. It looks beautiful and it looks very clean and very
No, but that's the
artistic.
reason I have something else. So
Yeah,
if I do not have a pattern like that, I will just start scribbling with a pencil.
that
And
looks
this is
beautiful.
completely freehand drawing, right? So
Yeah.
it's all about I don't even know how this thing is gonna end up. Like I just
Mm,
start from the center and I just keep on working outwards and it
right.
is magical to see the end result. And like I said, it always looks pretty.
I love
So,
it. It's
so you
gorgeous. Thank you for sharing that with us. Beautiful.
absolutely
I
my
can't
pleasure.
wait. We will post all the links for everyone to check it out, and I will see you in a line. Thank you so much.